So what I want to talk about briefly today is another trick to help you with those late night cravings. I know you guys love these tricks, these hacks, right? So check it out. At least here in America, there's a saying that, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So consequently, people have these massive breakfasts, pancakes and sausage and scrambled eggs and all this stuff, right? Then you go to work and school and you're nice and full. And then you have a moderate lunch and then a sensible dinner. And then an hour or two after dinner, you're sitting around and you're watching TV and you're like, I wonder what else is in the fridge. Well, the hack to avoid those cravings is have a smaller breakfast, a smaller lunch, and a bigger dinner. Now, wait a minute. Isn't breakfast the most important meal of the day? Yeah, if you're like a farmer and you're up at the crack of dawn and you're about to go into 8, 10, 12 hours of hard physical labor. If you're a tradesman and you're about to do 8, 10, 12 hours of, hard labor outside, sure, you probably want to front load with a slightly larger breakfast. But if you're the majority of people that don't do that kind of stuff, you work in an office or whatever it is that you do, sure, you were fasted while you were asleep, but you were also doing nothing because you were asleep. If you want to say a meal is the most important meal of the day, it would be your post-training meal, assuming that is your training. And even for that farmer or that construction worker, on the tail end of that 8, 10, 12 hours of labor, you probably want a large meal after that too. But for us regular folk that don't do hard labor for a living and spend most of our days geeked out on coffee and pre-workout and driving and sitting on meetings and team calls and things like that, unless we front load our training first thing in the morning, whatever marginal benefits you obtain from having a larger breakfast are offset by the massive psychological downsides of you having cravings late at night. Which means in aggregate, cumulatively, it's a net negative. If you have the same total amount of food, you just have more of it later in the day. Contrary to popular belief, eating more later, is not going to make you fatter. Especially if you finish the day off satisfied so that you can go to sleep and you're not hungry and you have no need to snack. And I like talking about this because contrary to popular belief, I am not this wellspring of discipline. I am 100% that person that if I don't have a large dinner, I'm going to be hungry before I go to bed, and I'm going to be thinking about what I can nibble on that's in the fridge right now. I might even take the time to go out and get something, and that gets real dangerous. But if I have a shake post-training in the morning, and then a small lunch to kind of bridge the gap, by dinner, I'm legitimately hungry. I prepare a decent-sized meal of real food, and when I'm done, I'm good. So is breakfast the most important meal of the day for you? Or is it setting you up for failure towards the end of the day when it's more important for you to be satisfied? Assuming that total calories are equated. Thanks for watching.